Tēnā koutou katoa, nau mai, haere mai, ki tēnei kaupapa o Rise 2025. Ko wai au, ko waikato te iwi, ko waikato te awa, ko taupiri te maunga, ko tainui te waka. Ko ngā hapu o oku tupuna, ko Ngāti Tamaoho, ko Ngāti Tahinga, ko Ngāti Whawhākia, ko Ngāti Te Ata. Ko mangatangi pā tōku tūranga waiwai, ko mangatangi te awa, ko maunga roa te maunga. Ko Rachel, te rau e whapitoro, tōku ingoa. Kia ora everybody, my name is Rachel Pitoro and I've just introduced you and connected you to my ancestral lands, my waka, my mountain, my river and my standing place, which is Mangatangi. Tēnā koutou e te whānau o Mangatangi. It is an honour and a privilege to have you in this space. So let's get to know each other. So one of the things that I'd like to put out there right from the get-go is let's share where we come from. And so as I share where I come from, that is a connection to my past, ancestral ties, to the present where I am. Here I actually stand currently in Tamaki Makaurau in Auckland, but also I'm connecting you to my standing place. Yeah, my tūranga waiwai. And you'll learn more about this as we go on this journey. So my challenge straight away to you is let's get to know each other. Share in this safe space something. You can write it, you can do a live, you can record it like I have, and let's start to share. Let's start to share who is in this space. And the reason that I created this space is because I wanted, when I came home to Aotearoa after a few years away, abroad for 16 years, I needed a safe space to come home and reconnect. Reconnect in a way that embraced my indigeneity. Embrace the things that I'd learnt as I travelled and connected with other Indigenous women. And in particular, I wanted to create a space that focused on 3 areas. So let me share those with you. The first is I noticed that there were no Indigenous coaches when I got here in Aotearoa, when I got back to Aotearoa, specifically who were trained in the way that I was trained internationally to really embrace an ethics-based, values-based coaching model. I then decided that I needed to overlay what I call my Indigenous practices and protocols, our tikanga, and wove those through the international practices that I was privileged to be part of abroad. And so that created our first program, which is now called Tahi. Tahi is an Indigenous and internationally accredited coaching program for Indigenous women. And that's the very first, that's our hero program. And so we're really proud of that. It's 7 years old now. It's been revamped and it's going to be relaunched again this month to start in June. So you'll be seeing lots about Tahi. The second program that we created was really for leadership. And we created that and it is called Tōpū. And Tōpū means to assemble multiple talents. Yeah, to assemble many talents. And so Tōpū is about your leadership journey. Yeah. And again, doing that with Indigenous women and through an Indigenous framework and lens. For Indigenous, by Indigenous. The third program is Hiwa. And Hiwa is an exciting program. It stems from a beautiful story about our Indigenous stories of our universe, our stars, and our Māori New Year. So in this program, you learn about business and specifically business, starting a business and an e-commerce business. So there's the 3 pathways. You're going to learn so much more. You're going to hear lots from me, but mostly I want to hear from you. Yeah. So if you go onto our page, you'll see who the team is. And we are really here in service of empowering Indigenous women to take their space in coaching as amazing coaches. And you'll meet many of them as leaders. And you'll meet the leaders that have come through our programs and also in business. So there's something for you if you want to be here to connect, yeah, the only ask that I have of you is that you not only take, but you give and contribute in a really uplifting way. So there are some rules. They are all linked to the values that we hold. And so we invite you to check those out to make sure that this is the right space for you. On that note, nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā rā tātou katoa. We'll see you really, really soon. Ka kite.